In the heart of the Marlborough Sounds, a group of people living with physical disabilities has taken on the challenge of an adapted outward bound course.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm currently living with multiple sclerosis and also a condition called multiple epiphyseal dysplasia.
Hang on, stop.
I have cerebral palsy. I have high tone in all 4 of my limbs.
I have retinitis pigmentosa, so I've got no vision at all around here.
Here we go, oh my God.
They've been thrown in the deep end, literally. And teamwork is keeping them afloat, mostly. But the journey has only just begun. It's been 2 days together at Outward Bound, and back at the watch house, a surprising leader is emerging.
In terms of doing all the watch house stuff, how long do you think that will take us? Because we've all got jobs to do and we all know what we're doing.
With a full day of activities ahead, Cam is keen to keep everyone on schedule.
Would 9 o'clock be too late?
9 o'clock. Cam's the youngest person in the watch, and he's already styled himself as a leader, but also been pushed into leadership by the rest of the group. I think he's a little bit self-styled. He calls himself like the dad of the watch, which I think is kind of cute.
Sir Dad.
Sir Dad. That was actually a nickname from Donna that I received because I like being on time and I like making sure everyone's all good and heading to where they need to be. Does everyone know what they're doing here? Yeah. Being from a small town, I sometimes struggle a little bit talking to people. And this year, I'm transitioning into uni. I'm nervous because I just feel like some people don't really understand their disability, so I just feel like I can't talk to them. So hopefully doing this course will help me realise I can be more confident in myself.
First on the agenda this morning is a Waka journey.
This is Waka. This one's a Waka Rua to Waka. The Waka is one of our strongest connections to Te Ao Māori here at Outward Bound, and coming with that is a bit of tikanga, or like best practice that comes with operating around the Waka. When we come into a beach anywhere, we turn it around on the water and we back it into the beach. If we didn't, it would be the equivalent of taking your grandma and rubbing her nose in the sand. The paddles as well, the hoists, the blade end is a paddle. We don't ever rest the blade of that on the ground.
Perfect.
That might be a Kinsey space.
Sounds perfect.
Guide dog Kenzie is coming along for the ride.
I think she'll hate having this life jacket on, but I think she'll be fine on the Waka. I have taken her whale watching out to sea in a boat. She did get a little seasick.
Hoi ki runga, paddles up.
Donna is even more out of her comfort zone than Kenzie.
Don't collect the eggs. So when I told my partner Stuart that I was going to do Outward Bound, I think he thought, are you mad? I really think the look on his face was like, what?
I'm truly interested to see how she will go on. Her visual stuff about her in close proximity is one of her main hiccups. Different surroundings will definitely challenge her. I have concerns about the sea. She's confident in the water, but if she does fall in and panics, that's one of my major concerns.
Luckily for Donna, the weather is looking ideal, which is good because there's a long way to go.
So the journey that we're going on today from Anakiwa to Mistletoe will be about 12 to 13 kilometres. Some of the challenges that we have out there on the Waka is it's quite physical. To get them moving efficiently, you do have to move in time. Once you start, you're a part of the cog, and you've just got to keep on going. The Waka moves quite quickly. Ideal sort of transportation to get a group of people out to this area over a short amount of time.
After 2 hours steady paddling, the team arrive at secluded Mistletoe Bay. Even Donna is still smiling.
That was great, loved it. And I love going fast and not having to worry about my sight, not having to think about looking anywhere. Kenzie, she didn't enjoy it particularly. She just laid down and went to sleep after a while.
Everyone seems to have enjoyed the trip.
I've never been in a Waka before. That was kind of cool. My shoulders are a little bit sore, but it's okay. It's natural.
But for Dave, 2 hours of paddling has flared up his MS symptoms.
Towards the end, when we had to change sides with the paddle, by the end I couldn't even grab the end of the paddle and make my hand go around the handle. But other than that, it was beautiful up here.
Oh, hang on, I might have gone inside out.
It has gone inside out, mate.
It's time for lunch, but before they can take a break, the watch must work together to rig a shelter.
Hey team, the reason we're putting this up is everybody is going to put one of these up, a lot smaller at some stage.
Again, the focus is on teamwork.
We're finding that they're all fiercely independent. They've had to do things for themselves, and we're just trying to get some cohesion amongst the team. If you don't have cohesion in the group, then you get tired very easily. Things start to fall to bits and arguments start to happen. We're already seeing in the group a little bit of tiredness just due to an outward bound course where that's what we do. We get people tired. We do try to break them down so that they do have to work together and they do become a team really, really quickly.
Having learned that in a team he needs to step back sometimes, Dave tries a mentoring approach instead.
Cam, do you know where the end that you're holding is going to be tied to? The two ropes that you're holding?
Not exactly.
But staying hands-off is easier said than done.
Ropes there that need tied onto the tree here, which is likely to make our shelter angle that way. I think the middle one should tie here. Pass me the left-hand side one. Do you see where I'm going with it now? Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm doing first.
Yeah, you deal first. Being a solo dad, I had to try and run it with military precision. I've never really paused for breath since my kid's mum died. So I had the children. And my work day started at 5:15 every morning and I finished at 3:15. And then I would go to pick my daughter Molly up from her daycare place. Then I'd launch into getting ready for the following day. I think Outward Bound will just be a good chance to sort of remove myself from my life and sort of reflect.
That's far out enough.
Yeah, that's all good. We've got a shelter.
With a successful shelter achieved, finally, it's time for lunch.
You could start prepping some lunch, get those energy levels back up.
They're going to need all the energy they can get because there's only one way back and the breeze is picking up.
I'm a bit nervous about the return journey. I'm wondering how long my arms are actually going to keep moving for.
I'm just conscious that as a solo dad, I don't want my children to become orphans.
Weather in the Sounds, we are lucky it is reasonably sheltered, but also we do have a good amount of wind, whether it's a sea breeze or with different weather patterns that are coming in. On the way home, they'll have the breeze at their back, so hopefully we'll get some good speed on the way home.
The watch dig in and make it back to base in record time. Everybody is aching, but they're not done yet.
Everything needs to be sprayed down with fresh water. So the key elements on the waka that need to be rinsed down are the wooden bits, the kiato, and any bits of metal you see.
Dave is taking the wash down a step further.
There you go, buddy. Got to clean the dog off. The return journey was a lot easier because most of the way we had a tailwind. So it really made the day. I'd have to say today has been one of the better days of my life.
When you do something like that, you realise how blessed you are to be on this. It's just, you know, it was physically hard, it was mentally challenging, but it was all absolutely stunningly beautiful, and what an opportunity, eh?
Just when they think it's time for a cuppa, though, Hori sets a new challenge.
And then you need to manoeuvre this thing without hitting any of these obstacles on the way so that it lines up to come back in here.
Together, they must work out how to return the waka to its place in the boathouse. With his newfound confidence, Cam is happy to take the lead.
Debbie, would you feel comfortable taking the tyre away and bringing it in?
Yep.
Yep. Colin, can you come up at the front?
But can Dave give up the driver's seat?
I wanna defer to you. I'm happy to do what you like, but I already know how to park a bus, and parking this is going to be exactly the same, and I want to let you have a shot at it. Because I know how to. There's no learning for me.
So I've been working for a Go Bus for about a decade.
One of the things I really love about bus driving is meeting all the passengers. I am quite a personable chap. I'm a people person by nature. So this is where the harbour came up to originally at high tide. So it's just a bit of information for you, for your friends, if you've got friends that have just moved to Dunedin too. Oh, well, enjoy your ride.
Forward slightly. Turn right slightly.
No. Out. Okay. Our pivot point's where the wheels are at the middle.
True.
That's where we need to get. So keep coming forward just as far as we can. When we come back, we want to swing around. Now turn hard.
Now
Turn hard that way. And now we turn again when we get back. And we repeat the process until we've got those wheels lined up with the garage door. No, possibly. There. Turn hard.
Turn hard. Turn right slightly.
Big run up and hold on to those wheels.
After a little coordinating, the Waka is safely stowed away. It's a new day, and the Watch are heading into the bush, where the instructors have a surprise in store.
Keep your eyes closed. Here for you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Look up.
What are you ha-ha-haing about?
The high ropes course.
Oh, ha-ha.
Kahikatea is the tallest tree in New Zealand. This is our adaptive course. So there's sort of ways to make it work for everyone as you go up there, and we can help coach you through that as we go. Finn?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable being the first person through the course?
The grove of Kahikatea trees is more than 60 feet high. It's spectacular, but for Cam, it strikes fear.
Nah, I'm a little bit nervous. I've done similar stuff before, but I've always been on the slightly lower levels, and this kind of gets straight into it, so it's a good way to get out of my comfort zone, I suppose. I'm strapped in and harnessed in, and that's fine, but I don't like falling off things, even low on the ground, and it really annoys me, so I'm trying to be positive and think about the flying fox and how I'm not going to fall off, because I'm not going to do it. Okay. Up I go, I guess.
Knowing his anxiety will only grow, Cam chooses to go early.
What do we like here?
The unstable ladder is causing Cam's legs to spasm,
Oh, Christ.
a common effect of cerebral palsy. Halfway up, Cam freezes on the ladder.
Oh,
It's all about mind control as Cam makes his way up the ladder.
I was just trying to focus on breathing, so I stopped shaking.
do you want us to keep yelling out and giving you, or is it better if you just do it in silence?
Silence, please.
Okie dokie.
Flying fox.
Once at the top, Cam must transfer his weight from the ladder onto the next line. A tough move when your legs don't have much strength.
You've got true grit, buddy, true grit.
Yep.
He's harnessed to a safety wire at all times and being belayed by Harley from the ground, but the sensation of being so high in the air is terrifying.
I was quite nervous about heights, so what I end up doing is just looking straight.
Once on the line, Cam must make his way between the trees.
Yep. I'm just gonna swap feet over. Holy shit. Yeah, it's just very tight on my nuts. It's all good.
Next, he must balance along the log. while the team works together to belay him.
Step forward slightly.
The skills I've learned in working together as a team are now critical.
Step forward again if you can.
Finally, it's the fun of a flying fox. But up next, Dave is doing a safety check.
So those hand wires, if I tumble, they're strong enough to hold me? I mean, surely they are.
They are, yeah, but they're not the firmest things there. Just give you a little bit of guidance rather than to lean your whole body weight.
Okay, so
it'll work.
I'm more excited than nervous and not feeling really how I thought I would. Wish me luck, team.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Unlike Cam, Dave is keen on vocal support.
You just be ready for me, mules.
We will be.
His biggest concern is being able to control his limbs.
Spasticity is an issue for people with MS, and I do seem to have had that come on for me. And particularly my right hand is very shaky.
I hate MS. The whole world is like shaking so much right now.
If something requires me to keep myself upright and it's not a very stable surface, I struggle.
Whew. How do you boys do this all day? That. Thank you, team. Oh, I'm too young to die.
And when you're ready, Donna, take a seat in the harness.
Finally, it's Donna's turn.
And let me know if that feels comfortable.
Happy? Oh, no, it's not very comfortable, but yeah.
Well, secondarily, whether it feels safe.
Can you take?
Yes, it does. Well, I think I'm okay with heights, but I don't know until I get up there. Just my physicality and making sure that I can do it. Strength-wise, yeah.
Oh, there is a little rated look.
Yeah, you do want me.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
She's off to a challenging start.
I'm going to go here and you can put more weight on my shoulder.
oh, tree. As well, too. Thank you.
There you go.
Sorry, that's my knees.
But Dave is ready with the support.
Just so you know, I'll look after Kenzie for you. I'll make sure that she's quite happy and
Cool.
comfortable. If she gets a bit worried, I'll give her some support.
All good, Finn?
Relations.
There we go.
Does my bum look big in this harness?
No.
So we're just walking along now.
Up amongst the trees, Donna's vision impairment makes it hard to judge depth or see her way forward.
The only thing I struggled with my sight was being unsure of what all the ropes were about. I've got a really tiny line of view, so I was just really conscious of just looking at the things that I had to walk on, like the rope. If I looked over to the down, yeah, I got a bit sort of...
Guide dog Kenzie's training didn't cover this situation.
Ready?
She's relieved to see Donna at the end.
There we go.
Awesome.
Welcome back to the ground.
Thank you. I believe she got a bit sort of anxious when I was up there, so yeah, she's probably wondering what the heck was happening and if she was next.
The outward bound experience is nearing the end for this watch. First, though, is the ultimate challenge, the solo.
A solo is just about living simply. It's one of the most impactful things that we do here. One of the biggest reasons is I think like people will often go their entire lifetime without spending 24 hours without contact with another person. People often think they're alone, but they're in contact with like the internet or a phone or even a book or a song or something made by another person. So this is a chance for us to take all of that away.
Each of the team are allocated a location, some rations, and material to build a shelter. After that, they're on their own. For some, It's a relief.
I'm really looking forward to this. Just me and my thoughts. I know it's overnight, but I don't know if it's long enough. I just would like a lot more time. My biggest fear is wetters, and it's more of a phobia than a fear. If there's a wetter, I'm just going to poo my pants and run. I just don't know what I'll do if there's a wetter.
But for others, it's the toughest part of the course.
I find when I'm by myself with my own thoughts, I actually aren't suited to that really, and I need someone to talk with.
I've held off on breakfast, tried to wait for as long as possible. I think I said that before. So I might eat my carrot now and maybe some scroggin. Oh, I might pick you up and take you around for a little bit and show you my camp, because I'm quite proud of my little camp. Sorry if I'm not the steadiest. I made myself I grabbed a log and I dragged it over and I made myself a wee seat. That's where I've been sleeping and will be tonight.
For everyone, it's a chance to reflect on their experience.
My reflection time, I recognise the challenges of being disabled and how hard it is. A lot of my times I've been so fatigued that I've slept most of the day. However, with Outward Bound, they facilitate you to be able to do these sorts of things, but they don't do them for you. So I'm quite proud that I've done this.
You certainly learn a lot about how much you have in reserve. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go. But I think you learn a lot about your perception of your place in the world. For all of my watch, this is sort of one of the biggest events of our lives, and Hori and Harley have been really just so brilliant.
That's it, half your time, 1 minute 13 seconds. Well done.
Experiences at Outward Bound, I think, are going to set me up for life, really. I'm going to change the way I think about a lot of things and really try and make the most out of my life and do all I can to make it enjoyable and challenging, really just embracing everything I can do.